What's up, you guys? Your boy Ben Mahari here, represent Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Let's get to the chase here, man. The Celtics made a huge statement in game one as they steal home court advantage from the Golden State Warriors. What a fourth quarter by the Boston Celtics, man. They were in sync in the entire fourth quarter, and they just pretty much took the heart away from the Golden State Warriors in this game tonight. And the big thing that really was stunning to me was is that how the Celtics were able to clamp down on the Warriors in that fourth quarter. And when I look at the stat line of the entire game, the Golden State Warriors were held scoreless for at least 4.5 minutes, while the Celtics went on a 17 to 19-0 run to pretty much break the game open in the fourth quarter. And the Celtics outscored the Warriors 40 to 16 in that fourth quarter. Just an unbelievable performance by the Boston Celtics. And when I saw the stat line, especially after this game one performance, it's really telling. They had five guys in double figures, and Jason Tatum wasn't even their top scorer that night. Al Horford, who played magnificent in game one, scored 26 to lead the Celtics. Jalen Brown scored 24. Marcus Smart scored 18. All right. Also, Derek Wright. Derek Wright, I have to say, his shooting in midway through the second and third quarters really was the difference in keeping the Celtics in the game. And his 3-point shooting was really key in that comeback by the Celtics. He had 21 points. And Jason Tatum, he had 12 points and 13 rebounds. And so the Warriors did at least a good job containing Jason Tatum. But I don't expect Tatum to score at least less than 12 points throughout the rest of the series. But as I feared heading into game one, I thought to myself, if the Warriors played, smart basketball, you know what I mean, and utilize their strengths, they will win this game. And the Warriors were off to a really good start. Curry was doing what he was doing best. He had 21 points in the first quarter of play, including 6 threes. But then slowly but methodically, I don't understand why Steve Kerr decided to put bench Kevon Looney and Andrew Wiggins for most of the fourth quarter. Because to me, those were your two best defensive players. And with no rim protection at all, the Celtics were able to penetrate and kick, get into the seams, and drive the ball to the basket at any time they wanted to. And the Warriors also shot themselves in the foot. They were throwing the ball all over the gym. And that was one of my biggest concerns heading into this series. The Celtics forced 14 turnovers the entire game. And the big issue was that, when it came down to offensive creativity, the Celtics did a better job clamping down on the shooters of the Warriors. You notice how anytime when Steph Curry was looking to shoot the ball, they showed out and forced Curry to give up the basketball. And a lot of the guys on the Warriors team weren't willing to shoot the basketball, which was really key into the comeback by the Celtics. Now, does this mean the series is over? No. I do believe that the Warriors, with their experience, will come back out of this. But they have to realize that this is just one game. You know what I mean? Every great team loses one or two games in the series. It's all about who gets the 4 victories to win the championship. So game two is especially important for the Golden State Warriors. They have to win it. They cannot afford to go down 0-2 heading into Boston because coming back from an 0-2 deficit in an NBA Finals is very, very difficult, especially if you lose the first 2 games on your home floor, is even twice as tough. So that's why I believe that game two has to be the most important. They have to win game two. Now, for the Warriors to try to win game two, Steve Kerr's got to do a better job with his substitution rotations. He can't just let guys like Kevon Looney and Andrew Wiggins sit on the bench for long stretches of time, especially when it comes down to making critical stops, because those are your best defenders out on the floor, and you're only big that can pretty much cause havoc on the defensive end against the Celtics. I think you need to let these guys play in a little bit more. And also, they got to cut down on their turnovers. They've been averaging at least 16 turnovers a game in the postseason. They had 14. They have to take care of the ball better. And also in the fact that too, that whenever they force a turnover or whenever they, cause the Celtics to make mistakes, they got to look to try to get quick shots in transition too. And you don't always have to live by the 3-point shot all the time. Sometimes looking for layups, looking for mid-range jump shots could also really open things up for your offense too. So I really think that the Warriors just need to clamp down on their turnovers, stick with defense with Looney and Wiggins, and also in the fact that to seek better shots. I just felt that their shot selection was just not as good in the fourth quarter for the Warriors. Now, for the Boston Celtics, they did a great job defensively in the second half, and they had excellent balance. That's key for the Celtics. If they can get balance from other players on the floor besides Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they're going to win a lot of ball games. So, really good job by the Celtics. Their defense was magnificent, and they got what they wanted. They basically stole the home court advantage away from the Warriors. But this is a long series, and I said before my prediction, I got the Warriors winning in 6 games because the fact is the Warriors are a resilient road team, especially during out their times when they've made it to the NBA Finals. They've won some big road games during their history, especially in this year's postseason as well. So I will not count out the Warriors at all. I think they'll bounce back. I think they're going to look at the tape, figure out what adjustments they need to be made, and try to come back mentally focused for game 2. But it's going to be at least a couple of days before game 2 starts. So they just need to just let this loss go and prepare for game 2. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm going to rewatch the tape again and give you a much more of an in-depth analysis. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. And with that, I'm out. Peace.